Hey, what is going on, Freedom Fighters? Welcome back to another Tyranny Response Tuesday here on Break the Chains Media. Today is September 2nd, 2025. We have got a lot of freedom and Infowar news to get into. If you are a fighter in the Infowar, if you are an Info Warrior, if you are a truth teller or an info dropper, a peacekeeper, a freedom lover, a liberty lover, any of those people, any of those types of people, news on the Vine right now is going wild about Owen Shroyer quitting Infowars and the quite cacophony of chaos that is ensuing in the Infowars studio in Austin, Texas. And we've got clips of Alex Jones kind of getting a little unhinged, and at the same time, interesting to see and hear both sides of the situation. What's happening? I watched a lot of Owen's live stream last night. He did a 5-hour live stream last night. Owen Shroyer did, and he kind of broke down from his perspective what happened with the falling out happening with the current scenario with the godfather of the Infowar, Alex Jones, and quite arguably, I would say a up and coming. I wouldn't even say up and coming. I would say he is. Owen Shroyer has cemented himself in this commander position, in this high, general position in the Infowar. I mean, the man went to prison for 4 months for the January 6th stuff. He rallied so many troops. He spoke out on so many different levels, whether it was town halls or city councilors or whatever have you. But we will get into all this and more later in this broadcast, but we are going to start off the broadcast here talking Colorado issue and a national issue. It kind of blends very well together. Space Force will be moving from the Colorado headquarters here in Buckley Air Force Base and down south in Colorado Springs. So there's a lot of different installations of Space Force here in the Colorado in the Front Range. And now we are seeing an executive decision by the Trump administration moving Space Force to what they call Rocket City, Alabama. Rocket City. And we're going to get into all that too. And, it's not, no one's happy about it. And you see the Democrats right now, particularly the Colorado Democrats. We'll get into what Phil Weiser and Michael Bennett are trying to sue the Trump administration. Absolutely ridiculous. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe they should think before they act, because continuing to sue Trump and his, whether it's on a personal level or his administration, this is not the type of energy you want to be pushing out if you are upset with how Trump is behaving. Like, maybe that's the reason why Trump is saying, hey, we probably don't want to be in Colorado because they keep trying to sue us, and they that dumb bitch Jenna Griswold tried to keep me off the election ballot in the 2024 election. But they don't do any inward perspective, inward looking, right? The Democrats don't do this. They never do this. But excuse me, hold on. Got a tickle in my throat. When I speak about Democrats over and over again, it creates a buildup in my throat of just absolute bullshit, and I end up usually having to try to cough it out. But anyways, if you are enjoying this kind of conversation, if you are enjoying Break the Chains Media, if you want to be part of the new media, we are the new media. We have to be active and involved. Hit that thumbs up button. Join me. We do Tyranny Response Tuesdays here on Break the Chains Media every Tuesday, and we are also doing live streams on Mondays, and We Are Change Wednesdays as well. So follow the channel, share this with all your friends and family, get the news out there, especially if you're in Colorado, because I do focus on a lot of Colorado-based issues, and I want to do my damnedest. I want to do my due diligence to make sure I put out good, honest, and informational news gathering and news sources, particularly Colorado, but nationally, internationally, esoteric, fringe theories, ancient aliens or ancient cultures or advanced civilizations. So many different things we talk about here on Break the Chains Media. But Tyranny Response Tuesday is dedicated to the news, media, politics, the zeitgeist that is happening in the political atmosphere. And yeah, that's what we do. But yeah, you can also check out breakthechains.media. That is the website. That is the landing page. You can find all of my stuff here. I got all my socials, all of my articles, and I really wish I spent more time on this. I keep saying this every time I do a live stream. I need to update the website. I need to update the website. I'm a one-man band here, folks. Cut me some slack. I'm the producer. I'm the content creator. I'm the character personality. I am all the things here. I am even the hairdresser, and right now my hair is absolutely atrocious. I need to get a haircut. But that's beside the point, folks. It is okay. We're having a good time here on Break the Chains Media. But you can support the channel by going to breakthechains.media. Click on the tab up top here and go to Realm Walker Hot Sauce. Get yourself a bottle of Realm Walker Hot Sauce. From mild to extreme heat, there's many different flavors. Travel the 9 realms of Norse mythology through hot sauce. All handmade, homegrown here in Colorado. Bottled by yours truly and delivered and networked to you. If you are interested, you've got Midgard, the middle of the realms, the Earth realm, right? Serrano, Tomatillo, Lime. You have Vanaheim, that's a step up. You've got orange habanero and carrot. Delicious, a fantastic middle-of-the-road hot sauce that's got a nice heat, subtle sweetness. But if you want to go to the top of the charts, if you want to ride all the 9 realms, the hottest of the realms, we're looking at Asgard, Carolina Reaper, Pepper X, Dragon's Breath pepper, tomatoes, garlic, and beets. Plenty of Asgard. The stock is not out. We have plenty of Asgard. So if you are interested, you want to support the channel, Break the Chains Media, Realm Walker Hot Sauce working hand in hand to deliver you truth and the flavors of all the 9 realms. But folks, I wanted to, before we get into the news, this is an announcement. Tomorrow, anyone in the Denver metro area, welcome to Independence Institute here in downtown Denver. Tomorrow, I will be a keynote speaker at Liberty on the Rocks, downtown Denver. For all of you liberty lovers and freedom fighters out there, tomorrow night, September 3rd, doors are going to be at 6 p.m., and the event starts at 7. I will be speaking at 7 p.m., but if you are interested, I do have a link here. I posted it on my X account. You can follow me on X at BreakTheChainsM, but catch my info drop this Wednesday night, 9/3 at Liberty on the Rocks in downtown Denver. Localism over globalism. Forging our future together. 6 p.m. the doors, 7 p.m. I'll start kicking it off with my presentation. See you all there. The link to the event is below here. So I encourage everyone who can, everyone who wants to be a part of the conversation here in Colorado, what we need to do to preserve our independent, sovereign identity as sovereign individuals, as people who want limited government but still want to uphold truth and value, and forge a future that we want to aspire to, want to be a part of. We want to make sure it's successful for future generations. So it is important to continue that fight. Tomorrow night at Liberty on the Rocks, I will be the keynote speaker. But without further ado, let's get into it, folks. Owen Shroyer is leaving Infowars, folks, and it is bittersweet. But this young man is very smart, very intelligent, and I think he will succeed in doing just the things he intends to do. Let's see. It's a 5-hour. Why is it not running? Hold on. Pause game.
Before I really get into all of the online content, the manifestos, the videos. So, I mean, we got it. Now, I was supposed to host the show, but obviously we get this exclusive. So I'm not gonna listen to the whole thing, but there's a lot of segments and a lot of snippets of what's Owen's perspective in this whole thing. He has officially left Infowars. He is trying to start his own thing, and this is not a unique situation, because David Knight used to work for Infowars, and he no longer works for Infowars. He's separated and done his own thing, and he left years ago. I think prior to the 2020 election, during Trump's first term, David Knight left Infowars, if I remember right. But you see a common theme when people come and go through this Infowars studio, and I'm not saying they all left for the same reasons, or they're all they're all fed up with it, but there is a trend, right? And maybe sometimes it's a big fish in a little pond kind of scenario, and I mean no disrespect to Infowars, because Infowars has been a pivotal, I think, a pivotal piece of the awakening. Anyone who is keen to the globalism, to the New World Order, to this Agenda 2030 narrative, to the bloodlines, the Illuminati, the Luciferian bloodletting, sacrificial, all the crazy woo-woo, right? The crazy woo-woo, quote unquote, right? Anyone who's delved down these rabbit holes at some point came across an Infowars video or an Alex Jones rant where he goes off and he starts doing his Alex Jones thing. I'm pretty sure everyone can agree to some level that Infowars has played a pivotal role in many different freedom fighter or independent media analyst digest. Their digest includes a fraction of Infowars, however big or small it may be. And Alex Jones is a sensational character. He's got a lot of controversy on many different things. He's done a lot of good things, and he's gotten caught up in a lot of bad things. And he said stuff that the mainstream media strung him out to dry for, in my personal opinion. We're talking about the all of the litigations that went against him, and they're trying to completely bankrupt him and just completely destroy Infowars. So looking at from the outside in, and this is just, like I said, my own opinions. I don't know the ins and outs, but I feel like if I were in Owen's shoes, that kind of stuff would wear me out. It would tire me out when I would be focusing on trying to stay the course and continue to talk about the important issues. Meanwhile, every day you show up to work, wondering if you're even going to have a job, if the studio is going to be shut down, if there's going to be another, a federal raid coming in to destroy, shut down the servers, or another court case come at me. And I mean, the Shroyer's had to deal with the law many different times, and obviously of his own volition, Owen Shroyer's doing, gets caught up in this, but he was also there under the employment of Infowars. He's an Infowars reporter. He was an Infowars journalist. So for him to be doing all these things, especially during the Capitol riots and the January 6th insurrection, as it were, he was there working as an Infowars reporter. So he has done a massive amount of good under the banner that is Infowars. Owen Shroyer has been a all-star general for many years in Alex Jones's arsenal of freedom fighters. I mean, how far do you want to go back? Because you had David Knight, you had Greg Reese. Years ago, for all the OGs out there, you had Jason Burmis, and Jason Burmis still from time to time. Jason Burmis does his own thing, but from time to time, Jason Burmis comes on the show and talks to Alex Jones. You got the Health Ranger, Mike. What's his name? Mike Adams. You got his whole different take of the world, right? You have Rob Dew. I don't know. I think Rob Dew is still working at Infowars, but a lot of people have come and gone in this Infowars rotating cabinet, as it were, of lieutenants, generals, second in commands, first staff sergeants, however you want to rank them in their divisions, as it were. But yeah, having Owen leaving and quitting Infowars is nothing new. But I mean, like I said, Luke Radowski used to work with Infowars a long time, like almost 12, 13 years ago. You know, a lot of the stuff with 9/11. There were so many people that have revolved in and out of the Infowars studio, try to collaborate and work with Alex Jones. And it sounds like, you know, I mean, I don't think it sounds like Alex Jones is a very passionate guy. He gets fired up real easy, right? He can start saying some really wild shit and get real passionate, real fired up. But to be employed under Alex is probably a whole nother game, because obviously Alex plays a persona on TV, and he's doing this for this infotainment structured system that he has. And he's, you know, and whether it's the supplement game and everything's always 40% off because we're shutting down and blah blah blah. Like there's a whole strategy, a whole media strategy that goes with how the Infowars, financial structure operates, right? And from an outside person looking in, from someone who's used to listen to Infowars back in 2007 when it was on the Genesis, the GCN, right? I think it was the Genesis Communication Network, you know, on satellite and AM radio. I used to have to, you know, pirate radio this shit from obscure technology, old school technology, just so I can try to figure out, you know, listen to my Alex Jones after college. Point being is Infowars has been a very pivotal platform for unfiltered, undigested, raw truth, you know, conspiracy theories, fringe thoughts, questioning authority, questioning governmental structures, questioning intentions of our military or our political institutions, you know, calling out the, you know, child sacrificing and all these evil things that happen. The more occultic and you know, bloodletting, ritualistic stuff, all that stuff is interesting too. But there's also a lot of stuff grounded in reality, you know. But I think this instance and what Owen Shroyer is, you know, a product of or being responding to is summary. Owen's criticism of Trump and the whole Epstein file thing, and the consistent and overt, I mean, it's very obvious to anyone who has eyes to see the compromised global geopolitical means to the ends that is happening when it comes to Israel, Netanyahu, the Middle East, Trump's agenda with what he campaigned on, and what we are seeing now in being instituted in his current administration. So there's a lot of validity in what Owen is actually doing right now. Thumbs up in the chat if you agree. Let me know in the chat what you think. But let's take a listen to what Owen is speaking about right now. Let's take a listen from Owen's live stream, a 5-hour-long live stream from Owen Shroyer in regards to why he is leaving Infowars. We're not going to listen to the whole thing, but we're going to listen to a couple minutes.
Alex wanted to host the show. So I'm like, okay, well, great. All right, so let's do this. So it's like, here we go. I'm riding with Alex again, folks. We're firing up the Millennium Falcon again. We're going into the Infowar. We're taking out a Death Star again. And I know that this is hard for people to understand from the outside looking in. And I don't say that from an arrogant standpoint. I'm just trying to explain to you what it's like here. So when he's coming on Wednesday, the Jones show that I'm hosting, and he's like, we've got the exclusive, we're going to break this. Everyone knows we're going to get burned. Okay? I mean, I don't know about Kyle. He's still kind of relatively new to the media, but he's a Fed, so he's a tough guy. He wears big boy pants. But everybody in Infowars knew, oh, here's a school shooting. We've got the exclusive. We're going to destroy the cover-up. Like,
this is Wednesday.
Everyone knew we were going to get burned. Everybody knew we were going to get burned for this.
Yeah, that's a tough and remember, that's a tough thing for Infowars to speak on, because the last time they really spoke about a school tragedy like this was when Alex got caught up in the whole Sandy Hook thing, right? So This is also a very touchy subject for Alex as well as it is Owen, and we will hear perspective from Alex's definitely more passionate responses. What's up, Colin? Thanks for jumping in. It is not state sanctioned. We need voices like his. I 100% agree, and you know, without getting too much into it right now. Actually, let's do this. I'm gonna scroll up here because I said it right here. I'll say it right here, and then we'll keep listening to Owen. Both have been monumental in the info war. Both are warriors of truth, fight for freedom and liberty. Owen Shroyer is the voice we needed for the next generation of freedom fighting. Alex Jones is the godfather of the info war and will always be a legend. Freedom forever. I wish I could say more, because I always, when I post on X, I always like to try to encapsulate my thought so it doesn't go into that extended post. I always like trying to get all of my thought into the first 260 characters or whatever it is, 240 characters. But essentially saying Owen Shroyer is the new, it's breathing life into the youth of this info war. He is the second phase. He is the second coming of what would be a generational fight in this info war. He's 36 years old. I'm 36 years old. We do the same thing. Hell, I would love to collaborate with the guy and work with him. Work under Owen's wing and be a part of his whatever he wants to do in the future, because Owen is talking about starting up, his own media platform, and I think everyone has a right to do it. And everyone, when everyone leaves, everyone that's left Infowars, whether it's Jason Burmis, whether it's David Knight, whether it's Luke Radowski, you name it, anyone has been in and around the Alex Jones orbit at Infowars has either had a slight internet platform presence, or after leaving Infowars, they were blasted to the stratosphere on their own endeavors in an independent media platform. And good for them. We need more independent fighters in this fight. Consolidating our fight and our investigation and our journalism under one roof, under one umbrella is a bad move. Imagine if the globalists and the elites and the cabal got their way by shutting down Infowars and the purchase that the Onion, fraudulently auctioned off back in November. Imagine if all that actually went through. Exactly. Case Paul, man, I agree with you there. If privates and lieutenants are not promoted, the battle will be lost. Keep moving forward. Exactly right. People cannot retain and stay in the same position. It's called stagnation, right? If people or things or energy, anything that happens in the world, there's two ways it goes. It either progresses or regresses. Entropy. Everything leads to entropy. You want to get a little, black pill, sure. Everything leads to entropy. But if you've got the energy, you've got the fire, you've got the passion to move forward and do something greater, you have to move out. You have to spread your wings. Get good. For all the gamers out there. It's an age-old trope, but the whole saying "get good, son" comes from Dark Souls, and learning how to play a Souls-like, a rogue-like game, a game that requires you to have actual skill in battling and fighting these enemies. Okay? And if you don't understand how this game is operated, you'll never get through it. Well, with my roommate petitioning a bet, I beat Dark Souls 3 because I got good. Because I persevered through it. And I actually moved and I excelled in my craft of the Dark Souls game style, right? And I did it. Now, let's not talk about the other games and the games that I haven't started or haven't never finished. But let's not talk about that. But the fact is that Owen is doing his own thing because he got good sun. And he moved through this. And now he said, you know what? I need to be my own person. And I can no longer be... And I think he politely left. This last night, his live stream last night was very professional, very good. Yeah, stagnation breeds entropy. You can always grow. You always have to grow and evolve. 100% agree. And yeah, this is the energy. Let's continue hearing what Owen has to say, and then we'll watch a video from Alex.
And I said, "All right, Alex, I'm going into
Hopefully
the fire
you guys can
again
hear
with
it
you.
well.
Let's do it." So we did it. We broke the big exclusive. It's very likely that if it wasn't for us that day, you never heard about the trans shooter. You never saw the videos, the manifesto, or any of it. Very likely that that's the case.
I mean,
But
Steven Crowder was doing
we
it too.
knew we
but
would get burned.
Either way.
Been down this road before.
Oops. Sorry.
Especially.
But so that on that point, we'll let it keep going. Steven Crowder was reporting on it as well. Infowars was reporting on it as well. But this is why you need to have it more independent. You know, we use the analogy of the Hydra, right? Cutting off the head breeds two more, and blah blah blah, and like we're fighting the enemy, and like one more sprouts up. Well, apply it to the good people. Apply it to the good. Apply it to the info warriors. Apply it to the freedom fighters. Apply it to these truth tellers that are out here in the fight every day doing it. People like me. People like, whether it's, Tim Pool or Nick Hernandez or, Mike Benz. You got so many different people. You got Benny Johnson. You got all of Infowars. You got Steven Crowder. You got Tim Cast. You got the Quartering. You got so many different people bringing different perspectives, some similar stories, some new stories, some different stories. But it's they can't stop all of us, right? So every right for Owen to step out and do his own thing.
On that issue, you're guaranteed you're getting burned. You're either getting sued, or you're getting censored, or you're getting the negative headlines. So before the show is even over, there's multiple headlines printed up. Owen Shroyer celebrates mass shooting. Owen Shroyer celebrates dead kids. I might get to that later on. Whatever, it's par for the course. So there we go. So I got burned. So I rode into the fire on Wednesday. We broke the big exclusive. I fired up, and I got in the co-pilot seat of the Millennium Falcon with Alex Jones for one more ride, knowing I was going to get shot out of the sky, knowing I was going to get burned. But hey, all right, it's the info war. I said, all right, Alex,
James
you want me?
O'Keefe
Let's
too.
go.
Absolutely.
Let's do
Everyone
it.
has
And
their
we
own
did it.
strength. Absolutely.
We fucking did it. And then I get the negative headlines. Okay, fine. I anticipated that. And then the next day, I have to deal with the same stuff of him breaking into the show. He's on a speakerphone, and he's asked the crew to bring him in. It's just a cluster. It's just a cluster bomb. So I had prepared a 3-hour show. I thought since we just did what we did the day before that I could do a 3-hour show, and babysitter wouldn't be looking over my shoulder. I was wrong. It happened, and I just said, I'm out. I'm just done. So if you don't want me to do the show, you can do it. And I think he ended up posting the rest of his show. I don't even know if I want to get any more details with that.
So I don't want to I want to show you some videos of Alex losing his shit, but I would argue the first. So from the 4-minute mark, I think it's like the 4-minute mark. Like he plays his video, he plays his song, and then at about 4 minutes, he comes back on, and then to about the 40-minute mark,
the sponsors on board. You have live reads.
He breaks down his whole narrative, his whole thing, and I highly encourage everyone to at least listen to the first 40 minutes to an hour of his thing, because of Owen Shroyer's live stream from last night, from September 1st. He's got a 5-hour live stream, but he takes callers. He talks about, and then he starts fundraising for his own show. He's trying to start his own show. He's trying to start his own thing, and I give him props and credit for that. But let's go. So we're gonna pause that. We're gonna go from that. We're gonna watch a couple videos of Alex losing his shit. But really quick, if you guys enjoy this kind of content, if you enjoy me yapping on about other news and information, hit the thumbs up button, share this video. Like I said, tomorrow tomorrow night, Liberty on the Rocks, downtown Denver. Localism over globalism, forging our future together. I will be the keynote speaker from, I've been looking forward to be a speaker at Liberty on the Rocks. Catch you later, Colin. Thank you. But if anyone can make it tomorrow night, Liberty on the Rocks, downtown Denver, I've got the link here for my event in person. It'll be a 1-hour presentation about localism over globalism, forging our future, and cutting through the chaos and building community. That is what I would like to see achieved in the long term. So if you want to be a part of that, tomorrow night, Liberty on the Rocks, the Luma event link is here. You can click on this. You can check out the whole post, whole page. The directions are here. Highly encourage everyone to join and be a part of that. I would love to see you there as well. But let's listen to an Alex Jones response.
You are a fraud. You are a snake. You are a rat. You are a fraud. You are a backstabber. You are a handbiter. You are a disgrace. And I don't know if it's personal.
Hold on. This is Greg Reese. Greg Reese, who used to work for Infowars. Don't know if he still does. I don't know. I think he's just independent. Greg Reese posting Owen Shroyer did the right thing, retweeting Alex Jones losing his shit on Owen Shroyer. Alex Jones exposes why Owen Shroyer really quit to stage a publicity stunt to promote himself by falsely implying that he was being censored. This is the worst portrayal in the history of Infowars. Only if you're Alex Jones is it a betrayal. I think if you were to look at the situation and say, yeah, sounds to me like Owen didn't want someone always looking over his shoulder and always barking at him about report on this and do that, and he can't say this, or don't be so hard on Trump. If Owen Shroyer wanted to say whatever he wanted on Infowars, within the context of within the First Amendment and being a news reporter, Alex Jones should have let it happen. But I think over time, I think it just ate away at Owen, and Owen just wanted to be his own guy. But let's listen to what Alex had to say.
Life, I don't know if it's stuff he's smoking, but I've seen a lot of people get paranoid, that smoke pot and go nuts. But I can just tell you this right now, that I'm not here to be shit on or stabbed in the back. This crew isn't your punching bag, and we did nothing to you but be loyal. And your little 5-hour extravaganza of little puppy dog that doesn't know why, and he just wanted to come back and shake my hand. He starts talking to me like he's literally a pimp and I am a crack whore. He's like, here's how it's going to be. I'm leaving. And blah, blah, blah. Well, what's the problem? What's the thing? Well, what can we do? I don't understand. He's like, well, it's just gone on too long and whatever. But I'll tell you this, if you're really desperate, you can pay me more money. But I'll tell you this, I'm going to promote my new show on Infowars. And I went, which again, I'm not even against him having a show. If he was nice, I was just like, I was like, well, I said, in the bankruptcy stuff, I can't really give you a raise. But I said, that's okay, Owen. He goes, well, you know what? As a favor for you, I'll come in and do a week. And I'm like, no, that's okay, Owen. That's fine. I wish you well. And I hung up and literally got a tear in my eye because he was talking to me with just like Patrick Bateman or something. So then he races out and goes on air and is like, I'm just leaving because, I know I can't talk about Trump, and, I know it hurts Jones's access, and, he really, all innuendo. He didn't have the guts to just tell the pure lie that I told him to do stuff, which I didn't. And a bunch of other stuff. I haven't even watched half of it. It's just so painful to watch. He's sitting there manipulating and wriggling around like a snake, trying to make it as bad as he can, but skate the edge so he can say, I never did that, because he's got the whole crew knows it's not true. He's got the other hosts that know it's not true. He then runs on air and is like, I just wanted to come back for a week and shake his hand and thank him. But he doesn't want to be my friend.
What do we think, folks? Is it this is infotainment, is it not? You know what? I figured it out. I have figured it out. It makes perfect sense. Do you guys remember when Trump and Elon went at it and they had a whole spat and they had a whole falling out? Is this not the same kind of thing we're seeing? Is this not drawing, the energy and the pull of the public appeal and public opinion, and trying to rally and stir the pot of these all these info warriors, or people who follow Alex Jones, people who follow Owen. I genuinely think that this might be a for lack of a better term, this might be a 5D chess Infowar move. But I don't know. To me, it sounds like there's a lot of things behind the scenes that Alex Jones does not particularly, doesn't want to see Owen doing, or and to be fair, Infowars is Alex Jones. Alex Jones is Infowars. So to that end, anyone working under the Infowars umbrella has to kind of, Alex Jones is the end all be all. He makes the decisions on what goes on the show and how it gets operated. Maybe sounds to me like Owen was just tired of it. Owen was just said, "I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore." And with the way Alex is kind of placating this all off, playing it all off to be as, I don't want to say Alex is playing the victim, but it kind of comes off like, I was just doing the right thing, and Owen's just, I want to hear, okay, where was it actually? Let's go to where he ripped into him. Where did he rip into him? I don't want to hear Jones. I don't want to hear Jones
himself and launch his own show.
I don't want to hear Jones talking about it. I want to hear, what was it? It was Rex. So these are that. We're gonna wrap up with Space Force here in a minute, but let's see. Let's go to Rex. Rex Jones news, because this was when Alex Jones lost his shit. Was this morning on this clip. But I want to see the 3-minute video. Where is it? No. That was before all the chaos. What a great photo. What a nice photo. What a nice photo. When all the family was, Christmas time, when no one was divorced, all the family was together, everyone was happy. It's amazing. It's a long time ago, man. But let's see here, because it was on Harrison's show this morning.
And the judge.
No. Where is it? He posted this. Owen quit, apparently. Yeah, this is a video I posted. All right, hold on. Let's see. Because I responded. Let me just do it the old-fashioned way in real time. Let me swap over here. Let me go to the replies, because there was a 3-minute video. Let me just look it up. Alex Jones. It's a 3-minute video of his whole stint, of his whole breakdown, and him going, no. Right here. All right. Here we go. Whoops, not that. This one, not that. What? Okay. There we go.
He's here.
I'm here to censor
Spencer.
Oh no,
He's here.
we
Rex, I
crossed
have
the
an idea.
line.
You should launch a new independent show.
It's a 3-minute
claim
video.
that I
We're not
censored
going to
you
watch
for
all
years
3
and get a
minutes.
million
but
viewers.
just listen to how he
Betray
plays.
me. And you're allowed to lie about me any way you want.
You know I love you.
No, this is,
Look, let's reject the let's reject the grabbler.
This is a. I'm using this as a case point. You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
How much have I come in and censored you over the years?
Yeah, not enough, frankly. I say some
Yeah, we
things that I
miss
shouldn't
you.
be
Have I
saying.
ever censored you?
Never once, literally never once.
Hey, if you want to quit and have a publicity stunt and lie about me, I forgive you. Okay?
Well, that's
I know. I'm
very
just saying. I expected. Hey, David Knight did it. Owen's done it. And I tell you, I was taking the high road till I actually started watching it. And it's like Anakin Skywalker's become Darth Vader.
Can we sing a song?
Hey,
Really?
when I
we
go
sing
on
a
the air,
song?
when I go on the air, I'm letting you have it, Shroyer. You stabbed your brother in this operation in the back, and you're a fucking liar.
Can we sing a song?
Fucking asshole.
Whoa.
Can we sing a
Piece of
song?
shit.
We're gonna take a little break here.
Like that moment right there, though.
Can we sing a song?
Fucking asshole.
Can we sing a
Piece of
song?
shit.
We're gonna take a little break here. We're gonna sing a song.
Harrison's just like, fuck, man. Like, god damn it.
I'm
Like,
angry.
shit. Yeah, and then they sing his Alex Jones song, but then he comes back. And he really hits it.
But it's difficult.
No, yeah, I mean, I agree.
I didn't realize how upset
It's
you were.
totally normal.
Yeah,
to
Harrison, he's fucking
go
pissed.
And do innuendo that you've been censored and controlled and gotta go because you're talking bad about Trump and this stuff. And then later, hours later, you go, oh no, he didn't censor me. All set up to boost himself off of lying about me. I don't ever get involved in infighting, but I've known somebody 10 years and they've been my friend, but he's gotten really dark, didn't talk to the crew the last 2 years. And so it's like a different person. I'm not here to be the villain for somebody's lie. So wait till you hear his phone call to me yesterday. He literally talked to me like it was a crack whore and he was a pimp. He's like, yeah, well, if you're desperate, pay me more, I'll stay. But I'm going to promote my new show on Infowars, huh?
Let's
yeah,
take the high
Really
road.
nice. I might do a week.
Rex is
I was
just like,
man,
I'm
this really
tired
hurt
of
my
it.
feelings,
I don't wanna
dude.
hear it.
No, it's all right. You don't have to come in. I hung up, started fucking crying, and then he goes on fucking air and lies about me. Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit. I won't fucking take people stabbing me in the back anymore. Fuck you. Get ready.
So because that'll be clipped, you can follow me at Rex Jones News.
Rex just capitalizing on that moment. Like, yeah, that's gonna be clipped. So follow me. And on that note, follow me. Break the Chains M on X. No, just yeah. This is the shit. This is the shit that we have to deal with, though. And to be honest, though, like, this is infighting. It is sad. We don't want to, like, the end goal. We want to just all get along. Can we all just get along? Can we all just not be shitty to each other? We're all in this fight. We want to make sure the Marxists don't take over. We all want to make sure that evil doesn't prevail. Like, we don't want to see this, right? In the end, we want to make sure that these people, these evil scumbags, don't win. So take it for what you will. The Owen Shroyer, Alex Jones falling out is just beginning, I feel. And hopefully calmer heads prevail, and hopefully we can actually move forward in this fight together and understand that, you know, many hands make light work of taking down globalism. And I think that is the goal that we all are trying to achieve here, is in the end, we all want to succeed against the evils of this world that take over this world, that outsource and extort our livelihood and our well-being as free, loving, independent creatures of this planet, beautiful, designed humans. We have an ability to do all this together. So I genuinely believe that we all work through this together, and some people enter and move in and out of people's lives very deliberately, very poignantly, and some people last many years, and some people just bounce right off and they continue, and we might never run into each other again, but though in those fleeting moments, the moments of true liberty and of true destiny, and we meet and we say, we have a common goal, we have a common purpose together. That is what it is all about. The common purpose, the common goal, the common thread of the eternal fight for freedom. Why it's tattooed on my arm. You can't see it, but it's right there. The eternal fight for freedom. And we all are here to be a part of that grand journey together. And that's why I do what I do. Break the Chains Media. I've been doing it since I graduated college, since I graduated film school in 2009. Even before then, I was filming my activism on the street during college. Okay, I've been doing it a long time. And my path diverted. And for many years, I was not on the internet, and I was not yelling at everyone on the internet about truth and freedom and liberty and love and all these good things. But here I am again, back doing it and trying to stay relevant, trying to stay consistent, trying to stay focused on real Colorado issues, important things that matter to us in our everyday lives. And that is why I do what I do every day. And that's why Owen does what he does every day. And that's why Alex Jones does what he does every day. We are all in this together. We all want to succeed together. To make sure scum like Phil Weiser doesn't remain in power. Phil Weiser is suing. The Trump administration, or has an attempt to sue the Trump administration for removing, or Colorado Attorney General promises legal action if Trump moves Space Command. Listen to this big old sack of dog shit. Colorado Attorney General promised on Tuesday to sue if the Trump administration moves Space Command headquarters from Colorado Springs to Alabama. President Trump announced the relocation of the headquarters today. Republican lawmakers from the state have touted all year. This is nothing new. They have been talking about moving Space Force for years. There was even back in 2020, they said Colorado Springs was a facilitated home, or a potential, or a temporary home. What were the terms that they said? I have another article here, but this article is from 2023. Air Force picks Colorado for more Space Force missions as politics loom over headquarters decision. This was in 2023, May 31st. This is when Biden, when the auto pen in chief. You had Michael Bennett and the auto pen in chief talking about headquarters of Space Force in 2023. It's been a long-standing conversation. Okay? This is from 2023. The Air Force announced the permanent location for many more U.S. Space Force units this Wednesday, and none of them are in Huntsville, Alabama, suggesting the service may be moving ahead with at least part of the design it originally sought for the new Space Force headquarters to become entangled in politics. 4 more Space Force missions will now be based in Colorado Springs, a notable choice during a larger and now politicized battle over where to locate the permanent headquarters of U.S. Space Command. Colorado Springs, which houses Space Command's temporary headquarters, was the Air Force preferred location, but Donald Trump in the final days of his presidency selected Alabama instead. This was back in 2023. So now, fast forward, Space Command is moving from Colorado to Alabama, Trump will announce today. That is what he did today. That is the official big announcement. No liberals. Trump is not dead. Trump has not passed away. Trump did not have a stroke. His announcement today in the Oval Office was that Space Force, Space Command was going to be moving to Rocket City, Alabama. Okay? Don't necessarily need to read this whole article, but the point I was trying to tie in with Colorado politics and these deranged Marxists like Weiser over here, this is the reason, probably a good reason, why Trump's moving it out of Colorado. As much as I don't want to see Space Force leave my state, because it is an economic and it's important for economy, it's important for jobs, it's important for industry, it's important for future technology. So many different advancements can happen in Colorado. We've got the whole DTC area, we've got the Denver Tech Center. That is what DTC stands for, by the way, for anyone who's not in Colorado. But yeah, Space Force would have been a very good incentive for jobs and industry in Colorado. However, because Colorado is ran by Marxist, progressive scumbags, unfortunately it has to become political, because you have people like Governor Polis. You have people like Mike Johnson. You got people like Phil Weiser, the Attorney General, who's now trying to run for governor. You got all these people, these Marxist leftists. You have compromised elections in Colorado who when they run these elections, they keep these people in charge, okay? And then so you have a entrenched progressive Marxism, leftist enclave in Colorado. And why would we keep Space Force, a fifth branch of government, fifth branch of our military, stationed in a liberal enclave hellhole that's gonna put up roadblocks every step of the way if and when a Republican president decides to use Space Force in whatever ways he deems fit? This is a prime example. Exhibit A, Colorado Attorney General promises legal action if Trump moves Space Command. What a fucking idiot, right? Like, this is the prime example as to why Trump's going to be moving Space Force. Because you got idiots like this playing lawfare against the Trump administration and against the federal executive branch. Okay? Space Command reached its full operational capability in Colorado Springs during December 2023, and experts have said that moving the headquarters could hurt the country's readiness to respond to threats in space. What threats in space? Or what are we talking about? Are we talking about the 3i Atlas that's going to be here in October? We're talking about the alien mothership that's allegedly supposed to be here in October, flying from our interstellar space into our inner solar system. Let's not talk about that's maybe another podcast, but quote, the Trump administration should not play political games with our nation's military readiness and military families. Moving Space Command headquarters to Alabama is not only wrong for our national defense, but it's harmful to hundreds of Space Command personnel and their families, unquote, said Attorney General Phil Weiser, a Democrat, said in his news release. Weiser said his office has been preparing for Trump's, quote, unlawful decision. Space Command headquarters employs 1,700 people across the military serving branches. Colorado and Alabama have been fighting over Space Command since Trump made the announcement in 2021. President Joe Biden reversed the decision in 2023. That was this article here with Biden talking about Space Command in Colorado. Okay, so this has been going on for a long time, and Phil Weiser bringing up the fact that he's going to sue the Trump administration is a prime example as to why Trump is moving it in the first place. Okay? Another fumbled blunder by the Marxists in Colorado. Oh, they'll find a way to blame Trump for this somehow, too. I can hear them all now. Trump killed thousands of government jobs in Colorado because of his dictatorial decision to relocate Space Force. Is that not what we just read in the article? I never even read the article until this live stream right now. But that is what is going on. That is what will be happening, okay? Yeah. It's the Harbinger building. It'd be cool if it was the Harbinger building, because Harbinger is, Harbinger has a double entendre. That'd be a cool name, the Harbinger building. But anyways, yeah. Colorado Democrats are the reason why we can't have nice things, and then someone commented, I responded. Interestingly enough, even the Republicans in Colorado delegations oppose this. Yes, Republicans oppose this move only because it would benefit Colorado jobs, and it would benefit, Colorado Springs has NORAD. Colorado Springs has a lot of military infrastructure already established in Colorado. It would have been a great place to keep Space Force. I am not arguing that point. What I am arguing is that our state, Colorado, has been compromised by the Marxist leftists who retain power through mail-in ballots, through electronic voting systems, and they rig and they have a entrenched foothold in Colorado politics. And the first step we have to do in Colorado right now is to ensure that our elections are not compromised anymore. In Colorado, the biggest fight right now is election integrity and putting honest people on ballots and making sure that these good people get in positions of governing power to then put in initiatives to make sure that we get rid of mail-in voting altogether. We do need to have in-person voting. We do need to have in-person paper ballots, no mail-in outside of absentee ballots. Mail-in ballots are not the same as absentee ballots, okay? And if you absolutely do need a mail-in ballot, there should be exceptions for, medical necessity or elderly, but facilitated through an aid, a medical aid, or someone to absolutely 100% verify that our elections are secured. Because this is the problem, folks. When we have mail-in ballots and mail-in voting, when we have mail-in ballots and mail-in voting and all these things like this, we end up with multiple points of compromise when it comes to how our votes are tabulated. How many different points of failure in a mail-in voting system? Whether it gets mailed from the post office to wherever you have, and how many different ballots they print. That's a whole other conversation. I know for a fact that there's people that I know that they've gotten different ballots. They've moved a couple different times, still in the state of Colorado, but they've moved a couple different times, and a ballot gets mailed to at least 2 different places that they no longer live at. Okay, this has happened. It's been verified. You get old voter rolls. You got paper ballots. You get duplicate ballots, and you got no point of identification. Photo ID not required. You just show up and drop off your ballot. It's all so loose. It's all so loosely done. So many points of failure. We need to get an initiative on the ballots and have the state of Colorado reject and rescind the mail-in voting initiative of 2013. 100%. Thumbs up in the chat if you agree. But this is why a huge aspect why Trump. We need to make sure that the 5th branch of our military is not based in a compromised state. Imagine having to work through the BS bureaucracy if they're already throwing legal bullshit at him now because he's moving it. Imagine the legal bullshit that the Democrats would throw at him if he were to enact, like, say for example, he needed to send something out into outer space to defend against an asteroid or something. Phil Weiser's going to come out with we're going to sue you because you didn't let the people vote that if they wanted to bomb the asteroid or not. Dumb shit like this. Okay? That's why it needs to be out of we need to make sure that it's in a state that's not going to hang them up in the long run. Okay? Interestingly enough, even the Republicans in Colorado delegation oppose this. And I said, yeah, pretty much everyone in Colorado doesn't like the move because it directly impacts the potential future career path for residents. But that's not an unexpected decision. They have been mulling the idea over from moving Space Force for years. Unfortunately for us, Colorado loses. It is a shame, folks. It is a shame. But, it's at the end of the day, it's a bigger shame that we got buffoons like Phil Weiser as a Colorado AG. We've got idiots like Jared Polis still to this day talking about how bad our budget is because of the GOP, when this article was written last year saying that Colorado was facing a $700 million budget deficit. But you've got people that run this state into the ground projecting and pointing the blame and pointing the finger. Folks, we are wrapping up this live stream. I appreciate everyone in the chat. I appreciate everyone listening. Thumbs up in the chat. Share this stream with everyone you know. Obviously, we had a little, Colorado Space Force, important conversation. Owen Shroyer, Infowars, Alex Jones, important truth seekers, truth tellers, freedom fighters, info warriors. We are all out here doing what we have been bred for. Doing what we have been taught for our entire lives, ever since we woken up. Ever since that monument, something shifted in our minds, something shifted in our brain that said, hey, we need to be speaking loud about important issues. That is why I do this. That is why I speak the the truth that you listen. I do these live streams, and Owen Shroyer does the live streams, and Mike Benz does the live streams, and Tim Pool and Benny Johnson, and so many different people doing so many great things in these spaces and in these times. And everyone has their own take, and everyone has their own spin, and I appreciate you taking the time out to follow me. And if this is the first time joining Break the Chains Media, hit that thumbs up button, follow Break the Chains M on X, Instagram, Break the Chains Media. You can find me at the landing page at breakthechains.media. That is the website. If you want to support the channel, you can pick up a bottle of Realm Walker Hot Sauce by following Realm Walker Hot Sauce on Instagram or messaging me on any of my socials, any of my media platform. Tomorrow, Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025, come see me live at Liberty on the Rocks, downtown Denver. I will be speaking, doing a speaking engagement, a info bomb, as it were, a truth drop. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be great. The topic is localism over globalism, forging our future, and cutting through the chaos and creating community. That is a mouthful, but goddamn, I fucking knocked it out of the park. I agree. I know. It's amazing. It's amazing. But hey, folks, I appreciate you. I love you. If you can make it out tomorrow night, Liberty on the Rocks, there is a link on my X account. You can follow me there. Liberty on the Rocks is going to be at Independence Institute. Doors are at 6 p.m. My presentation starts at 7 p.m. I would love to see all of you out there and meet me in person, hang out and talk. But folks, I love you. I appreciate you. We are going to be doing a live stream raid. So without further ado, folks, I love you. I appreciate you. And as always, fight for freedom and never give up.